I am Roland Johns. I am sim racing.
I'm Wes Fuller, driver number 35, stand up to Cancer Ford. I am sim racing.
Hi, I'm Cameron Peterson. I am sim racing.
What's going on? It's Rob Biotti from 4i Racing, driver number 44 Toyota Camry, and I am sim racing.
Hello, I am Christopher Hamilton, and I am sim racing.
Hi, I'm Eric Andrews. I am sim racing.
We are sim racing.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Core Vintage Cup Series benefiting Stand Up to Cancer. And tonight is the Miller American 100. That is right, 50 laps at Michigan International Speedway. We are going to go with a green flag run the whole way, hopefully. I think these guys can do it. Michigan has been a tough track for these 87s. I'm not going to lie. I threw some laps down last night, and it was not it was not an easy ride. Your back end's is pretty much going to slip out on a lot of these corners. Used to kind of tightening up on the entrance of the corners, so you really have to lift and carry it through. I couldn't find the speed like these guys are. I had to drag my brake and kind of lift a little bit just to get around and carry the corner through. You're doing about 160 on these entrances, and on the exit you're about like 150. So you have to find that middle range of not dropping into the 140s and just keeping yourself out there. But it's a really fun track. We're gonna see probably some passing on the back straight. That's definitely where I was seeing a lot of room, but across that front straight into both those corners, it's going to be a tough run. So for everyone out there, thank you for tuning in tonight. Let's go ahead and get ready to go live with everyone out there. Practice is almost over, and we're going to have like I said, a pretty decent race. Our field size, we're looking at 15 or 14 drivers out there. Hopefully a couple more will show up before practice is over. We're going to go straight into qualifying. We have 10 minutes for qualifying, and also just depends on 2 laps for these guys to throw down. But we'll bring in some of the drivers after they've done their qualifying, talk to them a little bit how they feel about Michigan, how they're going to handle it. And with that being said, let's see what these guys can do out tonight. All right, and then before we get going on that, I'd like to thank our broadcast sponsors. That's going to be Critical Hit Bass Lures and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. Definitely appreciate all the help they give me, and also to our Vintage Cup Series sponsors. That's going to be Nick Nickerson, Willie Evernham, and I believe that's it. I think Wes Fuller also helps out too, but those 2 are the main ones. And then shout out to our hosts, Eric Andrews and Carl Handwerk. Thank you for putting on the Core Series and maintaining the Core Series as a whole. These guys run 3 leagues. Technically, they have the Core Series or Core Premier Series, the Vintage Cup, and also the D League, which is a developmental series for younger drivers or drivers that are just new to iRacing. That's something I have to race in just to get some practice and learn to drive around other drivers. It's all about learning and being a better driver. And these guys do that 3 times, or actually no, sorry, they manage the league 4 times a week, which is just like me. I broadcast 4 times a week. There's a lot goes into it, takes up a lot of our time, but it's a lot of fun, and I'm glad they're finding enjoyment in it, and I'm glad I can bring this to you guys. Out on the field right now, looks like Carl Handwerk taking the first qualifying lap. Let's go ahead and jump onto him and see what he's doing out there. Now, Michigan is going to scrub these tires pretty good. Their first lap is going to be their fastest. And they're going to, like I said, maintain the speed nice and fast. Look at that, riding up that high wall. I had a hard time doing that. I'm just still not as good. I'm not as good as these guys to be able to keep up riding like right next to that wall and keep that speed there. Look at that, toes his nose in. Definitely hitting the brake a little bit. You can feel it drag in. Tires on the edge of going loose, but right there, sticking great. And getting ready for his qualifying time as he goes around turn 3 and 4. Let's see what he can throw down. Carl Handwerk with a 42.118, or sorry, 181. That's a good run. I know these guys were talking about 42s. And, oh, look at that. Nick Nickerson with a 41.927. I'll go ahead and back out a little bit, pop onto another driver that's running some laps. Let's go ahead and bring in, let's see, Kevin Foster. We'll bring him in. Looks like he just finished his qualifying time, so he should be free to chit-chat. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not Kevin Foster. He's actually going to get our in-race report, but I pulled up Carl Handwerk. Carl, how's the track doing for you tonight?
It's a little slick. It's a little slick on the first couple laps when you're out there, and then it definitely tightens up from there. But it'll be interesting seeing how these cars handle in a pack, because usually it's a little aero-tight in a pack, but I don't know how it's going to handle those first couple laps, because it's a little slippery going into turn 1 and 3 on the first lap.
Yeah, that's what I was noticing. I was throwing laps down with the guys last night, and I noticed that it wants to slide up, but it's a little bit different feeling from just generally getting tight. Usually when you get you feel it get tight, you kind of just get pushed. This one, your back end just slides out, and you're tightening up at the same time. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's almost like a push loose. So the front end wants to push, with the back end wants to kick out, and
yeah.
And normally with these cars, you can just put more wheel into it to kind of straighten it out, or kind of hammer on the gas a little bit to straighten it out, but both of those things spin you out even more tonight. So
yeah,
it'll be interesting to see if these guys can save it, if it starts getting a little loose.
So what I noticed kind of worked is maybe dragging the brake, driving it like a Legends, little 34 coupe, where you have to drag the brake around the corner a little bit just to maintain the right speed, and kind of keep that nose towed in.
I think you actually, almost messed up and said that the correct way. I mean, actually, I think you do need to drive it a little bit like a dirt car tonight.
Yeah.
You almost need to drive it. I mean, it's these
More
87 cars. You kind of always have to drive it with a little bit of sideways in it.
Yeah.
It's just those first couple laps. I mean, the fast line. There's multiple lines. I mean, you can run the bottom all the way to the top at this track, but the fast line, kind of right through the middle, is
that's tough.
Really, really sketchy on that first lap or two.
Yeah, and the hard part about that middle line is it wants to throw you up high, but if you take it too low, you're going to tow in really close to the infield, and then when you're coming across that front straight for that infield, I don't know if you noticed that, but it pulls you into the grass. It does not.
It's well, these cars are just really twitchy. I mean, they're up on top of their wheels more than any other car, so you kind of feel everything. You really feel the suspension on every bump and every transition, everything like that. So it's really tough to just handle these. I mean, just in practice there, like my hands and wrists were tired just in practice.
Yeah,
You're hold on so tight.
Yeah, you really have to drive these, at least for this track. I've noticed it's pretty tough. Like you don't really get a break on around those corners. Usually you can find the groove on the entrance, and then you're like, okay, this is what I can ride out, and you get used to that movement. But this one, you kind of have to get ready to counter steer or make a small adjustment, because it'll want to like just kind of either go up or go down on you. It doesn't want to stay straight, if that makes any sense.
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah, and it's one of those tracks too where the the fast line, the groove isn't down on the apron. It's almost the second the second apron, which is the the first seam going through the corner
Right.
is pretty much the fast line, and
Right.
it's just getting yourself mentally prepared to dive down into the corner, not for the apron, but for that seam, is kind of a little different. And that seam right there, there's a little bit of a banking transition in between those two, so it actually it acts almost like an apron. So if you get your tires down below that, it wants to get a little bit loose.
Yeah, I'm noticing it actually right now following Andrew Gunther, and his you can see on his suspension, it looks like his front left tire actually lifts when you go into that banking section. It's barely touching. So you're relying on that suspension, trying to keep your tire connected, but the moment it lifts too much, and I did notice that during practice, you go into that seam where you cross it, and it just wants to unhook on you. So you guys are really kind of skirting that edge of being loose, but also being tight at the same time. So it's going to be very interesting how these cars take, handle in a pack.
Yeah, that's really what's going to be interesting is how they handle in a pack, right? Like you said, and how the passing is going to happen, because even though there's 3, maybe 4 different lines that you can run, making a pass is definitely going to be, going to be a challenge.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I think it's going to happen on the back straight. I think that's definitely where it's going to, and we just see here with Brock Veres' back end kicking out, as you guys can see, coming in with a nice amount of speed and then just locks up. But I think you're correct. I think it's going to be tough to pass, but I think the back straight is where it's going to be out for you guys. There's a lot of room to move and kind of maybe take that run on the out, on the exit of that turn and go for it.
Well, and I think, one of the early things you brought up too is that whole front stretch there where, you do want to get down on the apron. That's the shortest way around the track, but I think everybody's going to be kind of skirting back and forth a little bit with their car itself, that the front stretch, even though it's, kind of a straightaway, could end up causing as many issues as the turns itself as far as accidents.
Oh, no, I agree. Especially if you guys go down to that apron and someone's not paying attention. Like I said, it pulls you into it. This apron is not nice on that front stretch, and it's that green patch. You touch it, and for some reason, like most of the time you can hit the green and kind of maybe recover. If you're anywhere on the gas touching that green, you're done. You might as well just, let go of the wheel, because it's just going to spin out on you.
Let you just take the wheel.
Yeah, no, that whatever they did on that front stretch, they just mudded it up.
Yeah,
your front left tire just digs in and it spins you. It's bad. So I'm curious to see how you guys handle it, at least on the front and the back stretch. I think the corners, as long as you guys drive your lines pretty clean, you should be okay. But it's going to be a tough track, and it looks like you guys are 30 seconds to go. Carl, thank you for helping me fill some time.
Yep, no problem, man.
Once again, thank you for hosting the series, you and Eric. Much appreciated, and good luck out there, man.
Thanks, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. That was Carl Handwerk up in the booth. Let's talk a little bit while we're getting ready for qualifying to finish. The lineup. It's going to be Nick Nickerson, Bennett Allen, Carl Handwerk, Andrew Gunther, Wes Fuller, Kevin Foster, Willie Evernham, Dylan McDonald, Eric Andrews, Matt Crockett, Joshua Billiter, Brock Veres, Anthony Kieswetter, Dave Lohr, and Bill Harkins. So that is our lineup for tonight, all the way down to 15 drivers. They are now gridding up. Let's go ahead and jump over to these guys and talk a little bit about their paint schemes and who the driver is and what you're looking for. And hopefully you can root for them because you can spot them out there. All right, so up in front we have... Interesting. I reset those. All right. I'm going to switch cameras real fast. So up in front we have the number 85. That's going to be Nick Nickerson. On the outside of him... Oh, hello. Nope, that's correct. On the outside of him is going to be Bennett Allen running in that Rusty's paint scheme. And then behind him, Andrew Gunther running the number 59 Wawa. And then the grid behind those guys is going to be Kevin Foster and Wes Fuller. Kevin Foster running the TechNet Professional. And Wes Fuller running in that stamped cancer number 35. Then behind those guys, we have Willie Evernham and... what? That is Dylan McDonald. That is a very shiny paint scheme. I think he watched a little too much of Mad Max, at least the new one, Fury Road. But Dylan McDonald running that Silver Surfer paint scheme, and then right below him we have our Bush, our latte specialist down there. That's going to be Willie Evernham and the number 19. And then behind those guys grading up, that's going to be Eric Andrews. And going to have to wait for the other guy to load. Eric Andrews and Matt Crockett, so 9 and 10 side by side. Then we have in the number 94, that's going to be our Oilers fan, but it looks like he's running the Winston, is that a Winston Cup or a dog on the front? Let's take a quick look. It's just Winston. Must be a dog, or his dog. But Winston paint scheme, and then on the inside is going to be the new, let's get a little closer, Josh Billiter paint scheme here, the number 3. That, it looks like, got a little closer to that next time, but that is a cool paint scheme. Kevin Foster, let's let these guys line up. We'll catch a couple more as they're driving through. You can see Dylan McDonald out there in the number 38. Oh, no, his paint scheme finally loaded. Okay, it was just paint error. It happens. And then we have back in the rear, David Lohr and Andrew Gunther bringing up the back of the pack. Or sorry, David Lohr and Bill Harkins. And Anthony Keysweater in that all yellow paint scheme. Can always spot him a mile away. And then that should be the field. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the green flag. Pace car is off. Cue the music. And we are green with 50 laps to go at Michigan International Speedway. Nick Nickerson with a good start. Bennett Allen on the outside. Carl Handwerk behind them. And then lined up behind Bennett is going to be Andrew Gunther. As they go into turn 1, Nick Nickerson takes the outside line. Carl's going to go ahead and stay to that mid to low line. Drive it in behind him. Try and keep it nice and close. Coming into the back straight, Carl Handwerk able to get around Bennett Allen. Looks like we're shuffling into a straight line right now. A couple of the drivers still looking. It looks like Kevin Foster and Eric Andrews. Nope, they straightened that out. Bennett Allen steps to the outside. Carl Handwerk taking the low line. Bennett trying to ride, it looks like a little bit higher on the midline, but that's going to screw up some speed. You can see him pushing out. Oh, Andrew Gunther doing the same thing. Back end stepping out on him. Slaps the wall just a tad bit. Looks like we're having a little bit of a scramble. Willie Evernham going to the inside. Oh, contact. Andrew Gunther gets a nose from Eric Andrews coming to the corner. Looks like Eric has to lift, carried that speed all the way through. Looks like we have some other drivers looking to negotiate that field. Looks like Joshua Billiter playing some defense on Anthony Keysweater in the rear right now, not letting him step out and get around him. Joshua Billiter sends it on the inside of Eric Andrews, carries the speed through. Riding along with Eric Andrews right now. Josh able to pass around him. Beautiful Death by Moose Media shot there. I didn't know he had that. All right, back to the front of the pack as we go into turn 1. Wes Fuller able to get around Bennett Allen. Looks like Bennett has dropped back 3 positions. Nick Nickerson and Carl Handwerk up in front. Coming into turn 3 and 4. Is Nick going to be able to send it in? Nope. Carl is there on the inside, carries the speed through. Nick's going to have to drop in behind him. And there we go. You know what? I'm going to have to coin the term 87 shuffle, because I see these guys doing this a lot with these 87 cars. They hit that back straight, and you see them just fan out. And they shuffle so many positions. It's insane. There we go. 4 guys fighting up in the front pack. Behind them, we have Willie Evernham leading the second pack with Andrew Gunther and Dylan McDonald in tow. Looks like Joshua Billiter and Eric Andrews separated by a couple car lengths. Looking at their times, though, they're pretty on par. You know, we're Nick Nickerson, who had the last lap of a 42.550, still riding up to the front pack, and we're looking at, you know, the pack behind them. You know, they're running, let's see, a 42, 42.5, 42.7, some 43s out there. That's not bad. Bennett Allen looking to the outside of Wes Fuller as they're makes a jump into third place. Wes has to drop in behind him. Nick Nickerson has a run on Carl Handwerk. Can he make it? Going into turn 3 and 4. Oh, yellow flag is out. Oh, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump over to a quick critical hit pass lures caution report. All right, looks like it's having a loading issue, but I will still find that replay. Oh, man. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Keep your eye on Anthony Keysweater in the number 34. Looks like him and Josh Billiter fighting for position right now. Anthony just comes up a tad bit. Ugh. Gives him a tap. Josh goes spinning and avoids the wall, but Anthony Keysweater was not lucky. He got to meet the wall down there. Put a little bit of yellow paint down there. But Josh Billiter looks like he just, got hit pretty hard on the side, but able to straighten it out. They got lucky that happened on the back straight. That's the one thing, like I said, the back straight's got a lot of room for these guys to kind of pass around and make some moves, and so you get kind of lucky sometimes if you get hit back there. As long as you don't touch the wall and you're able to drive down, you're pretty much okay. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical hit pass lures caution report. All right. Back up front. Everyone is hitting the pits, except for Bill Harkins and David Lohr working their way up the field, either trying to lead a lap or just going to go ahead and drop in. Looks like Willie Evernham and Andrew Gunther also doing the same thing, staying out. But we're going to go ahead and wait for one of our drivers to hit the pits. We'll pull him in afterwards. He said he'd want to... Now or never. We might not get another caution. So let's go ahead and pull him in and talk to him. Ladies and gentlemen, in the booth for a in-race commentary, this is going to be Kevin Foster riding in the number 8. Kevin, how's the track handling for you tonight?
Track is great. It loves tires, I can tell you that much. So that's why, at 6 laps, everyone pitted there because, tire wear of this track is just horrendous, especially if you push it. But, you know what I mean? Just taking it easy and work our way up to the front at the end.
Yeah, I saw you riding in the mid-pack. Do you think you could comfortably make your way up to the front with these guys looking at the times that they're putting down?
Yes, this TechNet 4th Thunderbird. She's on a rail tonight. She's a little bit loose there.
Mm-hmm.
Bubba jacked some wedge in her there, so hopefully tighten it up on the exit, and we'll come to the front.
I think that'll pay off, and I know you have quite a bit of a run to go, so definitely looks like you're sitting in 8th place. 8 for 8. Why do you do this to me? You're always 8 for 8.
That's the way it is, baby. 8 for 8.
You got to run your lucky number till the end, right?
Amen. Well, now I moved up to 7th, Rhymes my first name, so.
Oh, now to 6th.
7,
There you go.
Yeah.
Just taking positions on caution, man.
That's how good I am.
Well, Kevin, it's always a blast to have you in the booth. Good luck out there. I think you're in a good spot to be, so we'll see how it plays out. But keep her safe and keep her on the track.
Yeah, it's gonna get interesting. We got a long race here, but
oh yeah,
great bunch of guys, and we're gonna put on a show for everyone.
I'm curious to see you guys go into a 20-lap split and how it's gonna happen or how it's gonna work out with those tires.
There's not gonna be any tires left at 20 laps. I can tell you that much.
Yeah, well, someone's gonna want to stay out, so we'll see what happens.
Amen to that. Probably be me.
I know, that's why. All right, man, I'm putting you back. Good luck.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our number 8, Kevin Foster. Always a blast to have him up in the booth. Good driver, a meticulous driver, or methodical driver, not meticulous. He's probably meticulous too, but a very methodical driver, someone that you can always count on to sneak up into the front of the pack, and also, takes his time. He's definitely a patient, so that's, when it comes to driving and long runs, patience is key. If you can keep a cool head Stay patient. You can do real well out there. And guess what? Cue the music. Lift the green flag up, and we are green, green, green. Andrew Gunther up in front. We have, looks like 41 laps to go. Nick Nickerson and Carl Handwerk already starting off on a fast run. Carl Handwerk stepping out, trying to stay behind Nick Nickerson. I'll give you guys a little bit of an onboard camera slide right there as they slide out of turn 2. Carl's got some speed going side by side with Nick. Can he beat him into the entrance? And he's going for a 2-for-1. Nick Nickerson driving the outside line on Andrew Gunther. Look at him go. Beautiful run. Bennett Allen, coming out with some speed. Staying in behind Nick Nickerson. Nick going to go ahead and drop down into the apron. Get that speed. Cut it across. Carl's going to come up. Go to his apex and then drop back down to that line. But Nick Nickerson is there. Look at that. As they leave turn 2, Carl Handwerk still in the lead. Nick Nickerson behind him in tow. And then we have Bennett Allen looking to make some runs on Nick and Carl as he steps into the inside, drives the midline that Carl was talking about. Passes Nick Nickerson, but following up behind them. Dylan McDonald making a run on Andrew Gunther, carries the speed through, slaps the wall. And Andrew, a little bit of a net code there. We just saw Andrew push Dylan McDonald, but no contact. Interesting. And look at that. Dylan McDonald able to get around Nick Nickerson. Bennett Allen, or sorry, not Dylan McDonald. Bennett Allen able to get around Nick Nickerson in tow with Carl Handwerk. And he runs for, or pass, clips Carl Handwerk in the fender. Carl trying to stabilize her. Can he keep her straight? Oh my gosh. That was insane. That was a friendly hello if I ever saw one. Carl Handwerk does a great job, keeps her straight, especially on a corner too. And we were talking about how hard it was to keep these things just lined up on these corners because you're running into a section where it's loose the whole time, but it wants to drive up. It gets tight and loose. And so you got to lift, maybe drag the brake a little bit and carry yourself through. And he just did that. Looks like he definitely was already off the gas, didn't have to worry about spinning himself around, and then was able to carry it on through and straighten it out. So hats off to him for keeping her straight. Let's go ahead and check in on Kevin Foster as he has Eric Andrews behind him and Andrew Gunther in front. "13 laps in, ladies and gentlemen, and the race hasn't even started." Bennett Allen leading the front of the pack, sliding his back end out on the exit of turn 2. Nick Nickerson seeing that opening into turn 3 and 4. Can he capitalize on it? Side by side. Nope. Nick's going to go ahead and drop in behind him. Swing onto the outside for turn 1 and 2. Going to go ahead and ride along with Nick Nickerson as he tries to chase down the number 24 Rusties of Bennett Allen. "187 miles an hour going into that corner, snags the preferred line, drives it down into that, almost to the apron." And so this is what I was talking about across that front straight. You see that little green patch that's kind of on the dirt, but it's not, or not, sorry, not on the tarmac, but not. That counts as dirt. You touch that, it's going to pull you in there. So you got to be very careful, and you want to keep your distance from it. You want to be as close as possible, but at the same time, don't touch it. It's dangerous. All right, let's go ahead and check through the pack, see how everyone else is doing out there, because we have a battle. Looks like Carl Handwerk Andrew Gunther, Wes Fuller, Eric Andrews, and Kevin Foster. A pack of 5 guys out there going into the corner, side by side. Wes Fuller and Andrew Gunther. Looks like Gunther dropping in behind. Oh, Wes looking to chop the nose off Andrew Gunther there, dropping down low. Does a little bit of contact, but pulls back. These guys are going side by side. Let's go ahead and jump over to Eric Andrews and get a little bit of a first-person point of view on what's going out in front of him. Andrew Gunther dropping in behind Eric Andrews. Interesting move there. See if we can get a rear view of that. Looks like he just had a bad run into that corner and had to hit the brakes. Yeah, he was probably on the, since he was on the inside, he didn't want to slide up into the wall and carry too much speed through, so he probably just decided to drop in behind Andrew on that one. It's a smart call. All right. Carl Handwerk making up space right now, driving up the field. He's already gained 2 positions, getting around both getting around Wes Fuller and Dylan McDonald. Now sitting in 3rd place. Can he make the jump over to Bennett Allen sitting in 2nd? And Nick Nickerson also with a really good run has spread out the pack. We're looking at almost a 1-second difference between Nick Nickerson and Bennett Allen. Bennett's trying to close it a little bit, but Nick is making a run away from it. And unless a caution comes out, we're going to try and take this green. They are going to have to pit. So, you know, their tires are pretty worn at lap 7. Kevin said they probably wouldn't make 20 laps on those tires, so we're probably going to see them pit. I'm going to have to say if lap 7 was pretty bad, then we're going to see probably 10 to 15 is when we're going to see people pitting. Whether it's a short pit or they're just, you know, going to grab a full set and wear them all the way down. We'll have to see what happens out there. But check that out. That mid-pack is going at it right now. Dylan McDonald dropping back quite a bit, getting, looks like Wes Fuller and Eric Andrews getting around him. Just lost the speed. And there we go. Dylan McDonald looking to the inside of Eric Andrews, drops down to the apron, gets a little too close. You saw him kind of skip over that line where it kind of changes the angle a tad bit, and he skipped it just a little bit, throwing off his speed, and looks like that's going to open up for Andrew Gunther to get a run on him. Dylan McDonald still trying to stay on the inside line. Oh, gets tight and slides up. Hits the brakes. Kevin Foster, that is a scary moment. Looks like Kevin's going to drop to the inside, try and carry the speed through and get around Dylan McDonald, but he might have had a brake check behind Dylan, and that's going to definitely kill his entrance. But if he's going to go ahead and drive that inside line. Wes Fuller and Eric Andrews leading the pack, leading the mid-pack. Let me clarify. Right now, there's just too much of a gap between Nick Nickerson, Bennett Allen, and Carl Handwerk. Unless these guys can somehow get someone to start pushing them, they're not really going to see anything happen, especially on worn tires. We had our caution come out lap 7, got back on the track around lap 10. For the green flag, so we're already looking at 11 laps down, and these guys are starting to feel it. Ooh, getting closer. Carl Handwerk reeling in Bennett Allen. That gap has shortened up quite a bit now. Question is, what is he going to do? Bennett Allen getting really tight, driving up to the outside wall. Can he keep it clean on the exit? Oh, trying not to drop down into Carl Handwerk. That is Carl's opportunity for a clean pass. Look at that. Beautiful. Looks like Bennett's tires are just not holding up right now. He is not comfortable driving that mid to low line. That's what's going to happen. Still a battle going between Eric Andrews and Wes Fuller. These guys kind of just... Looks like Eric looking to the inside for a pass. Carries the speed through. And on the exit, crosses over, but Wes Fuller, does he have a rebuttal for him into turn one? As they cross the finish line, let's see what happens. A little bit of a bump from Wes Fuller as he enters into turn one right now. Definitely not going to help him. Just gave Eric a nice push. But Eric did a good job playing some defense, driving that mid to low line. Don't let him in there. Make Wes have to drive a more advanced line to stay, to keep the speed. And it looks like Bennett Allen has driven his tires off because he is not dropping down low at all. He is driving the outside. And contact with the wall. And he is gone. Bennett has dropped down to 7th place. You got to hit the pits, man. You can't expect a caution to help you. That's one thing, for these green flag runs, you got to be aware of your tire wear, and know when you have to pit. I understand, like, a lot of these guys rely on cautions to come out, but pit strategy is important. Cautions are more like hiccups in your pit strategy. You can't rely on cautions to come out. You have to really work on your pit strategy and then adjust it when a caution comes out, and you have to take a fresh set of tires. And Eric Andrews able to break away. Wes Fuller sliding up just a tad bit. Andrew Gunther's trying to keep his nose on his quarter panel. He just wants to stay there. He's like, hey man, you can't go up. This is my spot. I want to keep the speed there. 26 laps in. We are 13 past our green flag run. So these guys are getting close to no tires. What is going to happen? Kevin Foster looking behind Andrew Gunther for a pass. Oh, blinking a little bit. Network issues. Slides up to the outside and carries her through. Still no pitting from any drivers out there. It is a quick game of poker right now. Who is going to drop their cards? What do you have in your hand? We don't know. Kevin Foster makes a pass on Wes Fuller into turn 1 and 2. Wes looks like he hit that apron on that front stretch. That definitely affected him. Now it's going to be Eric Andrews, Andrew Gunther, Kevin Foster, and Wes Fuller sitting in a 4, 5, 6, 7 position. Or sorry, a 3, 4, 5, 6. And Kevin Foster slides into the inside on Andrew Gunther. Can he carry the speed through on the exit? There we go. Getting his nose to the quarter panel. Can he beat him down to the apron? Nope. He's just a hair away. Andrew Gunther able to defend his 4th position right now as Kevin Foster is looking to the inside for a pass. But ladies and gentlemen, we're getting close to that 20 mark. These guys need to start pitting. You can see it in their speeds right now. They're all dropping into the 43.3 seconds. And some of the other guys are in the 50 to 44 second range. So they definitely hit the pits. It needs to happen. And it looks like we have our first pit stop coming from Bennett Allen. He is in there. Looks like he's grabbing his right set. Is he going to go for a left? They do right first. There we go. Left set. And Nick Nickerson and Carl Handwerk still staying out. What is going on with these guys? Another pit from Andrew Gunther. Eric Andrews and Kevin Foster also staying out in the fight. Same thing with Wes Fuller. These guys are daredevils right now. They want that little badge on their vest saying, I made 20 laps in Michigan without hitting the wall. Still no pitting from either of those drivers. There we go. Someone make those pins because they're going to need them. And honestly, looking at their times, 43.26, they improved a little bit. They're figuring out how to drive these tires off, but I'm just waiting for a flat to hit. And that's probably going to be the tough part, is if these guys get a flat, it's going to ruin their race. Riding along with the TechNet Professional number 8 of Kevin Foster. Looks like Carl Handwerk decided to hit the pits. Eric Andrews, Kevin Foster, and Nick Nickerson still staying out. Nick, he just wants to run free. Look at him, up in front. 4-second gap between him and Eric Andrews, and he is gone still. We're gonna have to rename him Major Tom. He's just leaving our atmosphere right now. Kevin Foster able to get around Eric Andrews. And there we go. Nick Nickerson hitting the pits. Eric Andrews hitting the pits. Kevin Foster decides to be the winner of this poker tournament for who's going to hit the pits first and stays out and goes for the run. He is a Texas man and probably used to playing Texas Hold'em. So 1 and 1 equal 2, I guess, with him. And look at that. He's still running a good lap. A 43.393 and staying out there. I wonder how it's going to pay off. I'm very curious about this. But let's look at the pack that is back out in the field. In second, Anthony Kieswetter. It looks like Anthony also needs to hit the pits. He's running a 454. Bill Harkins looks like he's running a 43, so he might need to hit the pits too. I'm looking at everyone's pit stops right now. So Nick Nickerson should be on the lead. Bennett Allen hit the pits first technically, as he's swinging around with Andrew Gunther, who is right behind him. Gets up on the binders, does not want to run into his rear end. Sorry, I'm trying to figure this field out because it is scrambled up right now. Kevin Foster hitting the pits. Anthony Kieswetter also doing the same, I think. Nope, Bill Harkins just able to get around him. Bill Harkins in the Perlator scooter out there, just running along. Look at that. Solid time, 43.703 on Warren tires and not stopping. He's got Duralast batteries in that thing. Shout out to Bill Harkins out there. I love seeing this guy race. Look at him go. He's got Energizer batteries. There we go. It's the Energizer bunny. All right, Brock Varys hitting the pits. Looks like he's got a little bit of damage. Kevin Foster with a fast pit and go. Look at that. Leaves the pits, or enters the pits in first place, leaves the pits in third. Carl Handwerk trying to run him down right now. Wow. That was awesome. And I think Kevin Foster probably is going to get first because I think Bill and Anthony just hit the pits. Talk about being on point for your pit strategy right there. Kevin Foster, you, sir. Oh, no, it looks like Bill stayed out. Well, Bill's got to go in, so I'm gonna tip my hat now to Kevin Foster for snagging a beautiful pit strategy. Quick pit, beat those guys out there, and get out in front. All right, let's look at the pack and roll through as they come out of turn 2. Carl Handwerk right behind him, Nick Nickerson in tow, Andrew Gunther and Bennett Allen and Wes Fuller. Those guys are fighting for position right now, trying to catch up to these guys. Eric Andrews behind them. And Bill Harkins is hitting the pits. Bumper to bumper, Andrew Gunther, Bennett Allen, and Wes Fuller go around turn 3 and 4. Looks like Bennett Allen taking the inside line on Andrew Gunther. Wes Fuller looking for a place to be. Wes Fuller diving down to the inside. Can he sneak past Bennett Allen on the apron? Bennett slides up into Andrew Gunther. Andrew notices that, drives to the outside. Wes shuffling back to the inside line, trying to close the gap on Bennett and get that run on him. Oh, tags his rear end. A little bit of a hit and run there. Someone call the cops. Wes Fuller's on the run. Beautiful pass, though. A little bit of contact, but way to keep her clean. Wes Fuller looking to the inside of Andrew Gunther for a pass. Carries the speed through, and look at him go. On the exit, Andrew Gunther is not going to want to let him pass. He's going to stay to his outside, not let Wes Fuller have to swing up. He's going to have to pretty much lift or just be careful on that exit. But look at that. Eric Andrews getting to his position. These guys are having to fight for position right now. In the back for 4th. Eric Andrews drives down to the inside. Wes Fuller having to stay up with Andrew Gunther. Bennett Allen in tow behind these guys. Like I said, these guys are doing the 87 shuffle right now. It is beautiful. Wes Fuller looking for a position to kind of make a pass. Eric Andrews not letting him drop in behind Gunther, so he's forcing him to, push the issue. Gunther just has to play defense, drive the preferred line, and it looks like Wes finding speed on the outside, beats Andrew Gunther around the corner into the back straight and coming into turn 3 and 4. Can he make a good pass? He's clean and around. Bennett Allen slapping the wall, riding it around just a tad bit. And Wes Fuller is out. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to hit a critical hit pass lures caution report. All right, here we go. Anthony Keysweater behind Carl Handwerk. Drives it into the corner and his backhand unhooks. Sends him down to the apron. Takes a little bit of nose damage there. Skipping into the green. Surprised he threw a caution for that. He hit my cone. That's why I threw a caution. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical hit pass lures caution report. And a reminder to all the drivers out there, please do not hit the cone. It will cause damage to your car, and I have to pick it up and put it back on the track. Cone not responsible for destroying your car. And we are back live. Let's go ahead and run through the field. Kevin Foster sitting up in the place to be, first place. 10 laps to go. Carl Handwerk right behind him. Nick Nickerson, Wes Fuller, Wes Fuller, Eric Andrews, Andrew Gunther, Bennett Allen, Willie Evernham, and Joshua Billiter. We're going to go ahead and bring in a driver real fast. Ladies and gentlemen, up in the booth with me tonight, a driver that has been driving a little bit in the front and a little bit in the back. That's going to be Bennett Allen in the number 24. Welcome to the booth, man.
Thank you.
So you've been having kind of a mixed run tonight. You had a good run in the beginning. It looks like you're dropping back behind. I think the extra tire wear kind of really worked hard on you. Do you think you can make an adjustment coming out into these last 10 laps?
Since there's 10 laps to go, I don't think my driving style will change. Yeah, it's 10 to go, so the tire's not going to wear in 2 seconds. So my plan is just to get going and go, and get the win.
All right, man. Well, I think you could do it. With this restart, it should help a little bit. I know these guys are able to kind of shuffle off on that back straight, so that should be a good opportunity to kind of catch up to these guys. But I believe you have someone you want to say hello to and shout out.
Yeah, what's up, Macy?
Very, very. Why would you say what's up? Come on, man. You got to say hello. All right. Well, apparently he was trying to be thuggish. But Bennett, I'm just messing with you, man. But seriously, you're having a good run out there. Pull her back together. You can do a good run towards the end. And best of luck to you out there, man.
Appreciate it, Miss. Thank you.
And Macy, he's a good kid. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Bennett Allen, the number 24. Good kid. Hold up. Did I just see something happen? I'm not going to see anything until I get the pace car to finish off. But why is Kevin Foster in eighth position right now? Interesting. All right, well, we'll see what happens. I'm curious right now. This is an interesting predicament we're in. Lights are off, and Joshua Billiter is sitting in first place. What happened? Did Kevin have a bad pit exit? Oh, I hope not. That'd be horrible. That's got to be the only thing, is Kevin had just a horrible pit exit. Oh man, maybe he mischief. Oh no, he had such a good run. It was in his bag. But up in front, let's go ahead and run through the line real fast. Joshua Billiter in first, second. It's gonna be Eric Andrews third, Carl Handwerk, Wes Fuller in fourth, Andrew Gunther in fifth, and Nick Nickerson in sixth. That's our top six. That's probably who we're gonna see running for the finish right now. As the pace car comes around, let's get ready for that green flag to drop. Pace car's off. Cue the music. Raise that flag high. And ladies and gentlemen, we are green with 7 laps to go. Joshua Billiter in front, making a run for it. Josh been running in the mid to back of the pack the whole race, and he is sitting in P1 right now. I'm a little bit surprised, but I can't say anything just yet. I'm gonna hold. I got to be reserved on this because I had a conversation with Josh ahead before the race, and he mentioned something, but I'm gonna let it be what it is. But look at that, Carl Handwerk going to the inside of Eric Andrews for that pass. Joshua Billiter driving to the outside. Carl's looking for that pass on Josh. Can he get it? Josh protecting the outside line. He's got to be careful on that inside apron. Carl is side by side with him. Oh, trying to keep the speed through, hits the brakes. Carl Handwerk shoots through into first. Eric Andrews in second. Josh slaps up into the wall. Caution out. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe we're finishing under caution again tonight. Let's hit that critical Bass Lures caution report and find out what happened. Ooh, that is a bummer. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Into turn 1 and 2. Andrew Gunther scrapes the wall on the entrance, tries to carry the speed through, and then on the exit, drives down, tries to correct himself, and oh, there's the wall again. Oof. Hope he's okay out there. But ladies and gentlemen, that was a critical hit Bass Lures caution report. All right, and we are back. So I'm pretty sure this is going to be it. We should be finishing under caution or have one to go. Usually when we are like 7 laps to and a caution comes out, it finishes under caution. So I'm kind of curious to see what happens. But with that being said, Carl Handwerk, Eric Andrews, and Joshua Billiter right now are 1, 2, 3. Behind them, Wes Fuller, Nick Nickerson, and Bennett Allen sitting in 4, 5, and 6. Those are our top 6 to worry about. But I think this is it. But I'm not going to make any calls just yet. We'll see what happens. But what a run. I'm a little speechless because this race has been like Nick Nickerson dominated it for a small second. Kevin Foster dominated it. Carl Handwerk had a great run. And then Eric Andrews and Joshua Billiter, Wes Fuller, those guys have been in the fight the whole race. And they see themselves 2, 3, and 4 right now. Bennett Allen sitting in 6 right now. He had a pretty good run but dropped back. A lot of these guys that are sitting up in the front have been battling the whole race. Kevin Foster and Nick Nickerson, who had a lot of clean air, towards either the beginning or the end of the race, they're sitting a little farther back than I'd expect them to be. We're just gonna have to see what happens. But with getting close to the end of the race, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I have to do a little bit of self-promotion. Please, if you haven't liked or subscribed, go ahead and do it. It helps me out a bunch. We are actually at 450 subscribers. We're getting 50 away from 500, and then when we get to 500, we're going to make the next goal to 600. But once again, thank you to everyone out there for your support. All the core fans, all the core racers appreciate all you friends, family, fans out there. They race, they race because they love racing, but to have you guys supporting them and backing them up honestly means a lot. And for me in the booth and for everyone out there racing, I'm pretty sure, we can't say enough about thank you for helping us and thank you for supporting us for the crazy stuff we do. But it has been a blast. This race has been really good. Michigan, with only 2 cautions, has been. I think it's one of the roughest tracks that these guys have driven, and they're driving it really well. It's very easy to step out and make a mistake, and we've only had 2 cautions come out, and that is beautiful. In under 50 laps. So these guys are working it out and are making this Vintage Cup series into honestly a series that I'd want to put on the main page of iRacing. So I'm just saying, these guys are driving clean, they're driving hard, and they're putting on a great show. So put them up there. All right. Got to thank our broadcast sponsors. That's going to be Critical Hit Bass Lures, bringing us those awesome caution reports, and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems. Ladies and gentlemen, pace car is off. Cue the music. 3 laps to go. Here we go, like a green-white checker. This is going to be a short one. Carl Handwerk in front, Eric Andrews in tow. Joshua Billiter keeping a little bit of a gap on that restart. Looks like he just kind of fumbled it just a tad bit, but that's okay. It happens. He might just do a good run into the corner. We're going to go ahead and ride along with him since he's in the place to be right now. Wes Fuller looking to get around him. Wes dropping to the inside. Has a run on Joshua Billiter. Can Josh defend against him? No, he cannot. Wes Fuller and Nick Nickerson are making a run at him right now. Josh Billiter dropping to the inside. Nick Nickerson and Wes Fuller in front. Eric Andrews and Carl Handwerk making a run for it. 1 lap to go. Or maybe 2. iRacing can't decide. Carl Handwerk with a great lead. This leaves a battle for Wes Fuller as he has to defend against 3 drivers hungry to get a position on him. Nick Nickerson and Joshua Billett are looking for that run. Nick drops to the inside. Can he get around him? He's carrying the speed through. Beats him down to the apron. Final lap, ladies and gentlemen. Nick Nickerson and Wes Fuller, that is the battle to be right now. Nick Nickerson getting around Wes Fuller. Can Wes Fuller have a rebuttal coming to turn 2? Eric Andrews slaps the wall. No! On the exit, Eric Andrews slaps the wall. Joshua Billett are passing him. Going into turn 3 and 4. What is going to happen as these guys come across into the front? Getting ready for the finish line. Wes Fuller slaps the wall also. Ladies and gentlemen, Carl Handwerk, Nick Nickerson, Wes Fuller, and Joshua Billiter. Bennett Allen and Eric Andrews are our top 6. What a run. That was insane. Oh, man. What a beautiful race. Congratulations to Carl Handwerk, Nick Nickerson, and Wes Fuller for battling up to the front. Hats off to Joshua Billiter and Bennett Allen for staying out there and putting on a good show. Eric Andrews, man, you did the best you could. You slapped the wall on the exit. Just probably tried to carry too much speed through. It happens. But congratulations to everyone out there. What a great race. Now to ruin all these expensive cars and celebrate, begin the Destruction Derby. And into that beautiful first place finish area. Victory lane. Carl Handwerk, Joker Graphics, Core Racing, Death by Moose Media, Mission Car Care, Blast to the Past paint scheme. Gotta love it. Let's get these guys up into the booth and talk to them. Ladies and gentlemen, our third place finisher for tonight, the number 35 Stand to Cancer, Wes Fuller. How are you doing tonight?
A little bit better now. That's kind of a Code Brown coming out of turn 2.
I saw that.
My God.
Oh, you slapped the wall, man.
I didn't touch the wall. I didn't touch nothing. I got 0x the whole race.
What? I saw you slap the wall. Oh, no, that was that. No, that was you. You slapped the wall on the exit of coming out of turn 4.
Nope, I didn't touch it.
Who was that then? Oh well. But dude, what a run. Your pack, that mid pack you were racing with, battled the most the whole race. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun. This place is a lot of fun. These cars are a handful. Holy crap. You're almost turning right coming off the corners, and that was a lot of fun. I know I just said that, but
you're excited. I get it.
I am. The past 3 weeks I finished second, and third. So, and I can't remember what I finished a month ago, but I've had a pretty good string of pretty good finishes. So,
oh no, you've had some great finishes, man. You've muscled your way to the front in the sense of you worked hard, you drove hard against these guys, and you found your opening. You know, that's what it takes, and you know you show up at the end, and that's what matters. But definitely really good driving. You know, you had a couple incidents out there where you chopped the nose of Andrew Gunther just a tad bit, but barely anything. I heard it slap just a tad bit across the nose, but he kept her straight.
Yeah, that I apologize for that. I was coming down, and then I was trying to straight up, and the car just kept on wanting to go down, and no matter what I did, it just kept wanting to come down on him, and I apologize for it.
No harm, no foul, man. He kept it straight. You didn't do too much damage to it. It wasn't like you cleaned him off, on his front panel. You just barely touched the nose.
I hate blocking, so the fact that I unintentionally blocked right there, I was pretty upset about it, and that was a lot of fun. Congratulations to Carl, that's for sure. He fought back. He fought hard. He was driving a lot. He was doing a lot of ticked off driving. So
yeah, after what happened,
yeah, that's for sure. That was cool.
Yeah, no, definitely a good show for you guys. What's up?
Josh did one hell of a job. I apologize to him as I was passing. I'm like, dude, I'm so sorry, but I gotta do this.
You and me are gonna have some words afterwards. You can't do that to Josh.
Oh, I know.
But in all honesty, to Josh's credit, he drove great. He pitted great. He had a good run in the beginning, and honestly, he would want to win with a strong finish, and he wouldn't want you guys to lift up on him. So I know he's one of those guys that if you have a good run, you got to take it. And hats off to him for finishing fourth. This is, I think, the best he's finished. It's the best he's finished at the moment, and he keeps getting better. Like, I've seen him. He's now in the top 10 in the sense of he's been finishing this whole season, and then he's been working his way up the notches. It's pretty awesome to see that.
Yeah, 100%. Me and him practice a lot. We help each other out. We're basically teammates. So whatever he kind of learns, I get, and whatever I learn, I kind of hand off to him too, and we kind of help each other out.
No, it's been showing. It's been showing. You guys have been doing such a great job out there, and really, working your way up the field every single race. So, like I said,
I think these cars kind of fit me and Josh pretty good. So, it's a blast to run with him. And man, I was hating having to pass him. But
I know, man. But that's racing, and he'd do the same to you.
Really,
so.
100%.
So you guys did a great job out there, man. Good job bringing that stamp to cancer into the podium, or into the podium, and way to go, man. Do you have anyone you want to thank?
Awesome, thanks. Obviously, I want to thank Stand Up to Cancer and Bush. They just recently came on board. Can't have them on this series, but
they're there in spirit.
Yeah, they are. Joko Graphics, me and Josh, Backyard, Wine and Vine, Georgia Diecast, and Titletown Bar and Grill, and Southern Heart Creations.
Awesome.
I want to thank all of them for being on the car and supporting me, and we've been getting them a hell of a good run here lately, so let's keep this up. Man.
Well, congratulations again, man, and I'll see you next week.
Sounds good. See you, buddy. Thanks.
You got it. That was the number 35 of Wes Fuller, finishing in third place. What a good run. He's a great guy, and definitely does some good work out there. Let's go ahead and bring in our next finisher. That's going to be Nick Nickerson in second place. Ladies and gentlemen, our second place finisher, the number 85, Nick Nickerson. Nick, what a surprising run. You and Carl had to drive up that field so hard after that last caution that came out. That was insane.
Yeah, man. That was a bruiser. It was things are just ridiculously fast and loose on this track.
So I have to ask, what happened during that pit?
Or when I lost?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna have a good exit, and then I look up and Kevin Foster, pretty much beat you guys in and out of the pits. I don't know what he did. I kind of want to ask him questions afterwards, but
was that the green flag?
Yeah, that was the green flag pit. Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't practice my entrance, and I sometimes forget to do that, and I think I probably just gave up too much time entering the pit. But I'm not sure. I thought maybe Carl took 2 tires, but when we got it back on track, he was only a couple seconds ahead. I would expect him to be farther.
Right.
If he took only 2 tires, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was an interesting pit, so that's what I was curious about. That, like, what happened out there.
Yeah.
But
I forget if I took 2 or 4 at that point. I'm pretty sure I took 4 tires. I don't know. Either way, I mean, I felt like if the race kept going there, that I would at least get up to Carl, but I'm not sure about passing him.
Mm-hmm.
Especially with 15 to go. That's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, and on this track, we saw passing being pretty difficult, especially if someone drives the fast line. It's just, you got to get lucky, and hopefully they make a mistake, on the entrance of those corners.
Exactly. But all in all, it was a tons of fun. Those last couple laps were really hairy with the guys that stayed out on old tires versus us with the brand new tires, and it was very hairy.
Yeah, it was, but you guys did such a great job out there. It was awesome to watch, especially you and Carl driving up that field, getting yourself up into first and second, and having to get past, I think, a total of 6 drivers.
Damn, yeah.
Or 4 drivers to get up to second, but you're sitting in like 6th and 7th and had to drive up the field. So definitely hats off to you guys for all the great driving and keeping it clean, working your way up.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's easy to do when you have brand new tires. Say that.
That's true. Well, man, do you have anyone you'd like to thank?
Just everybody that puts this league on. It's tons of fun. I think we're about halfway through now.
Yep.
If not more. Can't believe it's already halfway, but definitely a lot of fun, and looking forward to the next week. And thanks for putting on the broadcast, man. You did a good job.
No problem, dude. I appreciate it. This race has been awesome. And honestly, every single race you guys are putting on, after like the next race, I expect it's probably going to be better. Every single race has been better and better and better, and it's insane how good you guys are getting with these 87s. So
hold that until after next week, because next week's Talladega.
Oh, Talladega's going to be a fun race. We'll grab the popcorn for that one.
Yeah, you're kidding.
All right, man. Good job out there. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, man. Take care.
You got it. Ladies and gentlemen, the number 18, our first place finisher, Carl Handwerk. Welcome to the booth.
Yeah, what's going on, buddy?
Wow.
We gotta make a habit of this. You interview me before the race, and I get the win. So, telling you right now, if you don't interview me and I don't get the win, we're gonna have some issues.
And being the race series host, I kind of have to go with this thing. So I'm sorry, folks. He's going to be in every pre-race interview.
No, it was a good race. I definitely had a fast core race machine out there. It was definitely one of the ones to compete with out there. But I think it was just maybe a case of the cautions falling at the right time. If that first caution doesn't come out, Kevin may have been able to hold me off. I mean, I was reeling him in slowly, but I don't know if I would actually got to him if it stayed green the whole way, because I was still, I think, just about 2 seconds behind him. So
yeah,
that caution fell. That helped out. Came in, got some more tread on the tires, and yeah.
And that second caution, man. If that second caution didn't come out, Joshua Builder would have won it. He had a good gap on you guys.
Yeah, it was gonna be tough for him just because he had no tires. I think
that's true.
I think some of the other guys like me and some of the others, we had some fresh tires. Unfortunately, Eric kind of got either he got screwed over, or he screwed over himself by he came in the pits and didn't take any tires or fuel. I don't know if he had everything checked off or what. That's why he was out there behind Josh and didn't really seem like he had the pace.
Yeah,
that's why. So that definitely sucks for him, because he had
a great run.
Top 3 night. Yep, yeah. And then he brushed the wall. So, but yeah, I mean, all in all, I mean, I can't complain. It was kind of back-to-back nights now. Obviously, the win always helps, but just clean racing, and that's what I like to see from these guys. It's awesome.
What do you guys putting in the Kool-Aid, man?
I don't know. Let's keep drinking it, though.
Yeah, no, you guys are doing such a great job. 2 cautions for Michigan. I was honestly expecting more. When I hit the track and I was kind of feeling it around, I felt like it was one of those tracks that if you were fighting for position, you were going to cause a caution. And you guys were fighting for position and keeping it so clean. It was beautiful. Yeah,
it was awesome. It was good, clean racing. It's these cars, you can bump them and bang them a little bit, but like we talked before the race, it could get a little squirrely if you do it in the corners.
Yeah.
So but I mean, these guys handle the cars well, and like I said, I think there was 3 cautions, but either way, that's awesome.
Yeah, and hats off to you for getting control of that car. I'm actually probably going to clip that and send it to iRacing because they've been posting those like people getting back under control after being just all over the place. Dude,
Yeah,
that was the how do your arms feel after that? Because that looked like you just literally were just flicking the wheel back and forth trying to keep her straight.
That's pretty much what it was. I mean, I had to save that car about 6 times in one corner. So yeah, that was not fun. But I mean,
awesome.
that right there, that save, might have race for me. I mean, I fell back to like 7th or 8th or something like that. But that just goes to show you that just hang in there. You're never out of it, obviously.
Exactly. Well, man, you had a great run tonight. Everyone saw that, and a lot of you guys fought hard for your positions. And I'm pretty sure you have some people you want to thank.
Yeah, I mean, I want to thank obviously all the guys that helped make the series go. I want to thank Willie again for putting up the sponsorship for this series. I mean, the guys, not just me, but all the guys love the series. And it seems like it's a blast to watch. From hearing from you and from hearing from the other fans that are out there watching. So thank everybody for watching. Thank you, Dead by Moose Media, for putting us out there week in and week out.
Hey,
we're starting to put some better broadcasts out there for you right now. So that's
I love it. We had a rough start, but that happens when we throw out new content. And it's we're getting more and more drivers, and you guys are learning to drive against each other. I think to have 15 drivers that are all happy and copacetic with each other most of the time is amazing. Usually you get like maybe 8 drivers that like each other, and then the rest are kind of intermixed.
Yeah.
So to have
much.
all you guys kind of be joking before the race, talking about it, and leaving with a good attitude is honestly amazing. And that only goes to show how much effort you guys have been putting in to really bring in good drivers, and not just take someone because they're fast, but take someone because they're willing to learn, they're willing to drive clean, and they're willing to have a good attitude the whole time.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. And that's what it is. I mean, listen, you're going to have some tempers flare from time to time. I mean, my tempers were flaring, with that incident right there.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where you look back, you reevaluate what took place and everything like that, and you have a couple of beers with the guys, and everything's good again.
Yep.
I don't think there's too many guys that really hold any kind of grudges in here, and that's what helps make a good league.
I definitely agree with you on that, man. Well, good job out tonight, and I can't wait to see what happens next week, because next week's going to be fun. I heard we have Talladega on the list, so
Yeah, that we do. We're back to points racing on Sunday, and the sketchy Talladega on Monday.
Yeah,
that'll be fun.
We'll see what happens. If you guys can keep a Talladega race under 2 cautions, I'm gonna have to I don't know, find an award for you guys, because that would be beautiful.
Well, listen, don't give us something to shoot for. Well, I'll make sure everybody goes single file the entire race, and screw your broadcast over.
Hey, if you guys keep it clean, I'll be happy.
All right, 50 miles an hour, gotcha.
No drafting.
Yep. Nope. No bumping. No nothing. Just pace.
Right.
I'll just keep throwing the caution over and over.
That's so bad.
No, it's fun. Like I said, it is a fun series, a fun group of guys. So I can't ask for much more.
I would agree with you on that, man. With that being said, congratulations on your win. We'll see you on Sunday. And for everyone out there that is watching, once again, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you guys staying all the way through the commentary and the podium speeches. Like I said, all these racers appreciate all the support from their friends, family, and all you fans out there. It's awesome to see to see how it's grown from the beginning to what it is now, and we're still growing, and that's what matters. So with that, thank you to our broadcast sponsors, Critical Basslers and Southern California's Nautilus Media Systems, and I will see you guys tomorrow with DXR's preseason opener. So tune in, check it out, and we're going to have some good racing for you guys.